for particularly the Ogege community. And I'm glad to say we have in this meeting the Onogi of Ogege and some of the youth leaders. We had deliberated extensively, and we have, I believe, gotten to the bottom of this crisis. And from the deliberations we've had, we have come to realize that certain mechanisms, peace resolution mechanisms which we had put in place a couple of years ago, are not working as effectively as they should. And this meeting has then resolved the following. First, in terms of the cattle trade in Edo State, as you know, the local governments are supposed to register markets. And we have come to realize that there are several illegal cattle markets still operating in some local governments. And one of the decisions we've come up with is that all illegal cattle markets in Edo State must be closed immediately. The local government has to submit the list of all approved cattle markets they have approved, and any premises we find illegal that's been operated for the purpose of selling cattle illegally will be confiscated by government. I will compulsorily acquire those properties. So landlords are warned not to allow their premises to be used for the sale of cattle, except the premises have been properly registered and approved by the local government for such purpose. We also realized that the peace committees, which we set up 2 years ago, between the Arewa communities and the local governments and the traditional institutions in the local government, are not working as effectively as they should in many local governments. And with immediate effect, those committees will be reconstituted, and the list of the newly reconstituted committees, the Arewa Peace Committees in every local government, must be submitted to me before the 1st of March. And their meeting schedules will now be made available. On a monthly basis, we want to get reports from these committees on the situation in each local government. The purpose of these committees is to give each party, particularly the leadership, Arewa leadership in the local governments, the authority to register all members of the Arewa communities in the local government, in the various communities in the local governments, so that we know the people who are operating in each community, in each local government. We are reinstating and reinforcing with immediate effect our ban on night grazing in Edo State. Any cattle that is seen outside, not in their location, between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. in the state will be confiscated. So any cattle dealer or cattle rearer that allows their cattle to stray or graze at night in Edo State will have him or herself to blame. We will not allow cattle to be reared at night in Edo State with immediate effect. The leadership of the various communities have agreed to work much closer together and to ensure that they take measures to prevent a reoccurrence of this unfortunate incident in other parts of the state.
The governor of Edo State, who is very, very accommodative. I thank the service chief, protocol observed from the government house. As the chairman of the House of Community, I am very, very happy with this meeting that the governor take measure. And those are the things we use and send to our notable leaders. And those are the things that we use Hausa media, BBC, America, and what have you, to tell all our people the measure that His Excellency the Governor of Edo State took. He took this measure for peace to reign. In fact, Edo State is very, very accommodative when he comes to surrender. So that's why we are seeing this strange that these types of how things happen for the various community. We are calling the Enoges, the Ejenwere, to call their children to other Edo State that we know. The youth are trying to change it to something else. We know that the elders will not accept, especially the governor and His Royal Majesty Omanoba Nedo Ugwa Kwolo. So Oba Otekwe, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And he called the whole of us, both the Hausas and the Owerri community. I thank all those people who came here. Please, as the governor says, please make every place be in peace. Nobody should walk as the governor said. You should follow it up and don't throw it away. So, Oba Ehima Atokwe, Oba Ewa the second. May Almighty God be with him. Everybody I see here, may Almighty God be with you. God help me. God help you all.
Onto the Arewa community leaders. The governor has spoken. He said there should be peace in this state, mostly in Owerri, Evaron. I will promise the governor that we will abide to it.
All protocols observed. We have been able to restore peace to the areas we had little skirmishes. It is normal in the society that sometimes there will be friction of interaction. But this friction, we shouldn't allow it to escalate or prevail. That is why we went there, the governor directed, we went there, and he called us to the meeting in the government house. And both the Hausa community, the communities, and the Owerri communities have resolved it. Not only these two communities, not only with the Owerri communities, but all the communities within the state. They have resolved to live peaceful with the strangers, whether they are from Arewa or from the east or from the west. I want to encourage us to live together in peace. The measures that have been put in place will ensure they are enforced. So I want to tell the public that motorcycle riding may not be accepted again. So keep your own at home, or you use it to the farm rather than bringing it to the town, so that it will not be confiscated. We also want to advise you that if you see faces of strangers you don't know, report to the nearest police station. If anything happens, whether it is theft, stealing, or whatever form of crime, don't take laws into your hand. Report it to the police or to the nearest security agencies available. The police is on patrol, the military is on patrol. You can see them everywhere. And there's no need because something happened, we take law into our hand and begin to beat each other like as if we are in animal kingdom. We are peaceful people here, and the people here love peace and they love life. We are not ready to. We are not people that want to plant things into ourselves and begin to kill each other. So let's stay in peace. Thank you.
Lastly, we are reinstating the ban that was imposed several years ago on two-wheel motorbikes in Edo State. Several years ago, government was forced to impose a ban on the operations of two-wheel motorbikes because of the rising incidence of crime. Unfortunately, it has crept back on us, and we are now seeing large numbers of people operating motorbikes without recourse to any authority. We did say tricycles are allowed, but not motorcycles, not two-wheel motorcycles. So with immediate effect, law enforcement authorities will arrest and seize any we find operating a motorbike, and those bikes will be confiscated. I want to use this opportunity to thank our security chiefs, the brigade commander, the director, Department of State Security, the Commissioner of Police, for the tireless efforts they have put in helping us secure and sustain peace in Edo State. I also want to use this opportunity to appreciate the maturity of the leadership of the Arewa community, the Serenki Fulani, Serenki Hausa, the Serenki of the various northern communities who live with us. Some of them have been here for generations, for their, the maturity they've displayed and the leadership they continue to provide to their communities. To our Enigis and the youths, Enigi Atokbere, we want to thank you. We understand the challenges you face. As a state, we'll continue to work tirelessly with you to create opportunities, to create jobs and economic enhancements for you and your colleagues. It is not easy, as you know, but I am quite, pleased and happy with the level of cooperation this government has continued to receive from you. These are very challenging times, not just for us and the country, but for the entire world. Nobody ever believed that in our lifetime we'll experience the sort of crisis that we have seen in the last few years, particularly the COVID-19 crisis that unexpectedly befell us last year. These are some of the consequences, the fallouts that we are dealing with. I want to assure you that your government is not resting. We're doing everything possible. We're listening to you very closely, and we're ready to work with you to make sure that all the things we have to do, all the actions and steps to secure Edo State are taken. Once again, I want to thank you, and please note, the security services will be out. They will be unrelenting in ensuring that all these measures that we have agreed on are pursued to their fullest detail. Thank you.